Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, October 6, 2016 at 2:13 a.m. And topic, what's going on between the United States and Russia? There's shouldn't be anything going on. There's been no hostilities except for what Russia has been doing, buzzing our ships. And But their movement, they're taking the same S-300s that's in Iran and have moved some to Syria. And Russia is still courting Benjamin Netanyahu for a meeting. And just found out this yesterday, but reported today. And Israel, of course, they know by now, the president, Putin, of Russia, he's been talking to Israel about their huge natural gas find and has already signed. They want to buy as much of it as they can get. And there's going to be even more oil for Israel than previously thought. So it appears that Israel will probably be the world's largest major underground oil holder. I mean, in terms of billions of barrels, they'll probably surpass very possibly the United States. The United States, as of today, is the number one. We have more oil in our ground than all of the Middle East, except maybe Israel. They probably have more than we do. I still look for some things for America through Donald Trump. But I want to remind you guys about the storm that's about to hit. Prayer moves mountains, guys. And if it can move mountains, it can move wind. And I urge you to go there. We don't pray enough. People who call themselves Christians aren't even in touch with the Jews, which is our clock, our timepiece, something that we should watch. And I just watched minutes ago that Paul BEAGLY guy. He had someone walk up to him and hand him some stuff. He said, I had this dream this night and then this many nights later. And it talked about the 23rd degree north. And I'm thinking 23rd degree north, there's no such thing if you're thinking about lines. But yet, when you talk about the tropic lines, the 23rd degree north, now handed to BEAGLY days before, that 23rd degree line dissects Cuba. And as he was doing a blog on it, the hurricane was bearing down on Cuba. And it actually stalled on Cuba while it's waiting to make up its mind where it's going to go to hit us. And it has made up its mind thanks to Obama. He made it up for us. Now, let's go back to Israel. Putin is trying to get a meeting with Israel and Abbas, not the gentleman in Syria. But you got to hear this. He's the president of the Palestinians, that Abbas. And they were talking, but there's no way that Israel will talk peace to Abbas, and certainly not with Putin in Russia. But let me tell you what was just found out, and I know when Benjamin Netanyahu found out, I know his mind changed, because Putin has already arranged a meeting to bring him and Abbas to Moscow for a summit meeting, for a grand meeting, one that would make world headlines. But Benjamin Netanyahu is very much in tune with Ezekiel 38:39, and there it says in Ezekiel 38 that clearly describes the one from the north, the Gog of Magog, is the one that will come, and then on the way he will pick up the others to bring with him to attack Israel. That is Russia. Now, there's no thing there or a name saying it's going to be Putin. It could be someone else. Putin could be moved out of the way or taken out of the way, because he has not made aggressive movements toward Israel at all. Not once. He's not talked bad about Israel. He's eager to do a business deal with Israel, but he's also interested in trying to broker a peace deal with Abbas and Benjamin Netanyahu. But since some information was released by someone they can't tell, just day before yesterday, I think 3 days ago, who Abbas really is. And it shocked me. Abbas, he was, now again, the president of the Palestinians, that Abbas, that little short-graded man, got a big smile. He is an ex or a former KGB agent. You hear that? That Abbas, president of the Palestinians, is a former KGB agent stationed in Damascus in 1983, several years right in there. Is he Russian or is he Muslim? But with that, there's no way that Netanyahu will accept that meeting and go. And I think his advisors would do the very same thing, tell him not to go to that meeting. I believe he would go to a meeting in a neutral location with Putin, but not with Abbas. He doesn't trust Abbas. He doesn't trust him any further than he can throw him. So that's going on. And at the same time, the United States has moved 2 missile platoons, I don't know what you call them, sites, and has moved them a little bit closer to Russia, to Moscow, where they can actually almost reach Moscow from where they're sitting now. But where they move, where they move to, the ability to reach Moscow can be achieved. That might be why Putin is all tensed up at the moment. And that could understand clearly why the talk is going around. Could there be war between the United States and Russia? Well, that is the last thing that we want. But Hillary Clinton, I promise you, she will push for that war. She will start that war. You watch. If she is elected, she will start it. If she is not elected, and she won't, I still believe in prophecy, The kind of dealing we will have with Russia then will be a better agreement between our countries, because Obama has done nothing but play golf. Trump has been a friend of Putin's, not anything but a business partner in a lot of deals. Trump has a deal going almost in every country on earth. And he personally involves himself in these deals. He makes the deals personally, and then he has people that runs them. So he is a friend of Putin, and he is anxious to continue that relationship and secure at least a 4-year truce between us and them, which would be good for America, because America going in to battle Russia is all it would take to bankrupt America in just a matter of not even months, a matter of weeks. This is what Obama and the Clintons' agenda is to hand deliver and lay into the hands of the leader of the UN, America, on a silver platter. That's their goal. And if it's for the end days, well, something else is talked about. The same person that talked about the 23rd parallel or north that cuts through Cuba also talked about, he had a dream that everyone was packing up, loading up, and getting ready to leave. Where can they go? Well, they were getting ready to leave to go home, the Christians. So if they're getting ready, I think we need to be getting ready too. Because if this is nearby, guys, you don't want to miss this boat. You won't have but one boat. There's room on it today. There won't be on it tomorrow. And cover your heads, guys. And those of you that are saved, those of you that know you are a Christian, call out and ask the judgment to pass over you. Jody Wolf Expoz.